Hello everyone, welcome to Yoga with Rebecca Jane. This is Rebecca Jane and we're on our second session of the root chakra, and what we're going to be concentrating on today is the idea of looking at what actually is our stability, what we have already. So the first session we explored, we touched on the idea of, well, what is missing in your life, in your stability, with your security, your sense of feeling connected to your family or connected to a job or your home. Is there a piece missing that's causing, that imbalance? So today we're actually going to do the opposite. We're going to connect with things that are stable. So we're going to cultivate the opposites of what the emotions that come with feeling unstable and insecure. The feelings of anxiety, of fear, fatigue, depression, all the things that will stop us, that kind of get in our way of making changes in our lives. So the best thing, how we can change or adapt to a situation when we're going through a change, which is associated with the root chakra, the chakra down below, the lower part of our chakra system, which is right at the perineum, which is around the tailbone, the base of the spine, and the legs and the feet. This is connected to our sense of safety, belonging, feeling connected, to families, to our work, to maybe if you're retired, then of course that's a whole nother change that you're going through. When you lose somebody, whether it's through death or it's through a divorce, or an animal, it's not just a pet. But what we're going to do today is we're going to use our bodies and create stability in our practice, so that we can actually experience that in our everyday life. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So we'll be doing. You might want to get some blocks if you happen to have blocks. Not everybody owns blocks, and it's not mandatory to have them, but it is helpful if you're very tight or you're new to yoga. I'll show you how to use them, but if you don't have them, don't worry. We'll be doing a few little squats where you go down. That might be not available. You might not be able to do that, so that's where you can sit on blocks, or you can sit on a big cushion. Whatever you might do to be able to get into that squat, or not, or you just lower yourself about halfway and do a little bit of a gentle squat. So we will get started. Let's start with actually sitting in our comfortable seat, and this is called the easy seat. And sitting up nice and tall and feeling this sense of lengthening up towards the ceiling. And the base of our sit bones and our legs and our feet are our base, our foundation. And when we start to feel that, then we can lift up towards the sky through the crown of the head, let our shoulders soften down, relax the face, and we are now leaning into feelings that are the opposite of what you'd feel if you weren't feeling secure or stable. So just simply, the first step is to let's just relax a little bit using our breath. So taking a breath in through the nose, and then exhaling through the mouth, and then take an inhale and an exhale. So notice, are you a little uptight? Are you a little frazzled? Did you just come from work? Or is this the morning for you? Whatever time of the day, maybe it's evening. Maybe it's lunch. And just notice how just simply changing the breath itself will help you to relax a little bit, and feel a little bit more stable, a little bit more at ease. Now we're going to move into the Ujjayi breath, which is conscious breathing. And as you inhale through the nose, you create this kind of ah sound at the back of the throat as you inhale, and the same sound as you exhale, as if you're trying to fog up a piece of glass. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then just gently flutter your eyelids, open your eyes. You can come off of your seat if you're sitting on something, and come on into your child's pose. Press back and feel the feeling of the hands touching the ground, the forearms, the shins, the tops of the feet, and root down with those parts of the body that are touching the ground, feeling, and the forehead, as if there's roots attached to these parts of your body, and they're keeping you safe and secure, and you're feeling just fine here. And let's move back into let's reconnect to the Ujjayi breath. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And another breath in. And another breath out. Let's take an inhale, slide the hands forward just to warm up our spine. We're going to do a few little cats and cow flows. So just flow forward through the cow, then exhale round through the spine and let yourself slide back towards your knees. Let's inhale again, float forward through the cow, and exhaling, rounding through the spine. So this is a nice warm-up for your back, for your arms, for everything really. Inhaling halfway. Inhaling cow, exhaling into your cat. And one more time, inhale. This time float through your cow and keep going, and then lower yourself onto your tummy. Come into bring your hands either next to your chest or forward or on your elbows. Lift up. Keep your forearms on the ground. Take a breath in and lift your chest forward, opening up into your cobra. Pressing into the tops of those feet, thighs. Breathing in and breathing out. Squeezing those bottom cheeks, engaging those glute muscles. And then exhale, lower down, and then slide the hands next to your chest. Float all the way up through your cat stretch. Dome your spine, curl your toes under, and sit back towards your heels. And let the feet curl, the toes curl under. So this is where we often feel like, I don't like this. This is not comfortable. It is not a comfortable position. We're not used to keep curling our toes to this degree. And if you're new, this could feel very painful. Just hold it for just a moment. It is a stretch. If it's too painful, then come out of it. Just take another deep breath in. This time reach your arms up. And exhale the hands down. And then come back onto your hands and knees. Come onto your right hip and swing your legs forward. And let's extend your legs forward. Let's take a breath in. Reach your arms up and exhale, forward fold. And little shakes of the head from side to side. Just loosening up your neck, loosening up the shoulders. Inhaling and exhaling. So we breathe constantly throughout the class. Inhaling, lifting up, and then exhaling, softening down. Let's take an inhale and slide your right foot in towards you. Hug that right knee into your chest. Now, if you can do this sitting, or if you feel the need to come onto your back and do it on your back, you can do it on your back. I want you to lift your right leg up and take that right hand on top of the knee or underneath the knee. So I'm going to cradle my leg, and then I'm going to circle. So this is why I said you can come onto your back and do this exact same movement on your back. I'm just going to show it sitting, so we can also kind of address our core muscles and around. Let's go in the other direction. round and round, inhaling and exhaling, working our hip joints here. Now from here, you can stay here and open the knee out to the side, so it looks like this, yeah? Or you could take your right hand inside that right foot and press back. So you're taking your knee and pulling it back. It's a little bit like a bow and arrow. Your left foot is working, you're lifting up, and again the same situation. You can do this on your back with your leg up. So you decide what is you're in the mood for. Take a breath in and take a breath out. And then take an inhale, re-hug your knee into the chest. You can stay down if you're down, and then stretch that right leg forward. Let's hug your left knee in this time. And that's exhale. That's take your left hand or take your arm underneath that left knee, open that left knee out to the side, and let's circle the hip around, round and round. Breathing in and out. And let's go in the opposite direction. Inhaling and exhaling. And then from here, we're going to come back to stillness. Open the leg out to the side. And then you could, if you're on your back, the same thing. You're going to create that 90-degree angle, or take your hand inside your left foot as if it's at a bow and arrow. And if you're on your back, the foot is actually lifting up towards the ceiling. Half a happy baby. So breathe in and out. Make sure that right leg, that extended leg, is it's as if you're standing on the ground, so engaging those muscles. Breathe in and out. And then take an inhale and then exhale. Release that leg down, extend it forward. That's, if you're on your back, lift yourself back up and then reach your arms up to the sky. Come into your seat and forward bend again. Take a breath in and take a breath out. Then take an inhale, gently lift yourself back up nice and tall. Cross your ankles and come onto your hands and knees. Sliding your feet back and curling the toes under and pressing back into your extended child's pose. Spreading the fingers. Plugging, which is another word for rooting down, plugging those hands into the ground and your knees and your feet. Create that sense of safety by equally distributing the weight, so not all weights on one side or one end. And then from here, you either stay here or inhaling, follow me into your downward dogs. Once you get to your downward dog, open the feet a little bit wider, the hands a little bit wider, a wider stance between the hands and the feet, or the wider measurement. Kind of gives you a little bit more ease, especially if this is your first downward dog. So let yourself do whatever you like. If you're a pedaler, you like to pedal, bend and straighten legs. You want to move a little bit faster. Or you might not be in the mood for that. You might want to do something else. You might want to just stay still. And let's take a breath in and maybe sway your hips from side to side. And then take a breath in and look forward. You have the option of bending the knees and jumping forward or walking forward. I'll do a jump just so you can see what it looks like. You don't have to even get to the front of the mat. You might jump several times. And then forward fold. Back into your forward fold, nice and safe, nice and secure. Let's take an inhale, come up halfway, pushing into the shins, exhaling, forward fold. As we start to move into our flow, inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Let's exhale the hands to your heart. Let's inhale, reach your arms back up to the sky. Maybe even look towards those hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling halfway. So this might be where the block might come in handy. Step your right foot back. Come into a long lunge with the right knee off the ground unless you need to place it down. Take your right hand inside your left foot. You can always use a block or a thick book. I can't even speak today. Book. Reach your left arm up. Well, my words get mixed up. So if you don't have a block, come onto those fingertips. You might not even need them. Circle that left wrist around and press that right heel, that back heel. Push it back a little bit and then circle the wrist in the other direction. And then take the arm forward. Let's do a few circles. If this hurts your shoulder, don't do the circles. Just keep the arm reaching upwards. Forward one more time. And then inhale, lift the arm up and then place it now down onto the ground. And then heel toe that left foot a little bit towards the right. So you're framing that left foot. And now you're going to straighten your right leg. Now, not all of us can do that. So, and touch the ground. So some of us, that's where blocks are great. You can even go up as high as this. Yeah? If you don't have them, you might have your hands on your shins, or you might decide to bring that back foot in a little closer. So you decide. We're going to take an inhale and bend into your lunge, and then we're going to exhale, fold over. And inhale, bend, and exhale, fold over. Feel that connection to the ground with both your feet and your fingers. Inhaling forward, and exhale, straighten. This time, take a breath in. And bring your left arm inside your left hand. Heel toe that left foot out to the side. And then step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. And you're now in a squat. So this is where you might go. I'm going to sit on my block and then lift up. Actually, that feels quite nice. Especially, but you might not need that. Or you might be up at high like this, where you can't, your bottom is far from the ground. So you find it, your squat. So take a breath in, lift up through the crown of the head, tailbone down, take an inhale, and then we're going to actually come from this position and stand up, just to our mountain pose, all the way up. Bring the heel toe the feet, bring them back, hip distance. Feel the heart rate starting to beat. Inhale, the arms up, exhale, forward fold. Inhaling halfway, pressing into the shins, and then exhale the left foot back. Long lunge here. Now you know the options here, right? You can always lower that left knee down, block inside your left foot, or come onto the fingertips of that left hand, or flatten it out. Inhale your right arm up to the sky, twisting. It's a revolving triangle, revolving lunge. Take the wrist and circle the top wrist, just loosening it up. And then take it again on the other side, go in the reverse, the opposite. And then take an inhale and reach your arm forward and circle around. As if you're picking something up from the ground and then you're going to pick it up again and you're going to place it back down. One more time, inhale, lift. And then place the right hand down outside of that right foot. Heel toe that right foot forward. And then straighten your front leg. So you decide, does that left foot have to come in maybe? Or do you keep it apart? And then take an inhale, bend your right knee, lunge. And then exhale, fold over that right leg. And then inhaling, bend. And exhaling, folding. So feeling the stability of your feet supporting you in this. If you don't feel supported, adjust your legs. Bring them closer. Exhaling, forward fold. Or maybe take your hands on your shins. I don't know if you feel stabler that way. And then fold over. Then take an inhale, bend your knee. Bring your right hand inside that right foot. Heel toe that right foot out to the side. Step your left foot to the outside of that left hand. Come back into your squat. Working our hip joints, opening up our hip flexors, grounding down with those feet, lifting up through the crown of the head. And what happens is if you're in a deep squat, your bottom's almost reaching towards the ground and you're lengthening it downward as you reach your head upward. You might not be there yet to be able to do that. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, let's lift all the way up to standing. And then bring those feet hip distance. Let's just shake out those hips. We're going to go a little faster now. We're going to do the same thing but without the squats. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway. Exhaling, step the right foot back. High lunge. Right hand inside your left foot. Inhale, lift the arm up. No, don't circle the wrist, not this time. Exhale, just bring the arm back down. Frame your left foot. Heel toe that left foot a little bit to the right. And then inhale, lunge, and exhale, fold over. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lunge, and exhale, fold over. Lots of hip openers here. Take an inhale, this time bend, and then just slide your right foot forward next to your left foot, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway. Exhaling, forward fold, and let's inhale, sweep your arms all the way up to your mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart. Whew. Take an inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway. This time, step your left foot back. High lunge. Take an inhale, left hand inside your right foot. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, take your right hand down to the ground. And then straighten your front leg. Take an exhale, fold over. And then inhale, bend into lunge. Exhaling, straightening. This time inhale, bend, and then step your left foot forward next to your right. Forward fold. Take an inhale, halfway. Exhaling, forward fold. Let's inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's take a pause here. You can close your eyes. Now, plug down with those feet. So root down, push down with all four corners of those feet. Inner edges and outer edges. Lift up through the crown of the head, soften the shoulders down, soften the face. Feel that connection, that stability. So whenever we feel out of sorts, or we're doing something that's pretty scary, make sure both feet are planted on the ground, whether you're sitting or standing. Something, maybe you're doing a public speaking. If we do that ever again, right? Let's gently open your eyes, and then from here, let the arms relax down. We're going now into a standing balance. I'm going to spin around so you could see me. So what this is you're going to pick your right leg up, just like we did sitting on the ground or lying down. Take your right hand to the lower part of the knee and open that right leg out. Make sure your bottom leg, there's a micro bend to the knee. So you can even hold it underneath the knee. The other option is to take hold of the big toe with your thumb and index finger, so it's like a peace sign, and you grab hold of the big toe, and you might lift up and hold. You can use a wall or something to hold on to. And you might decide to kind of try and open that leg a little bit, bend, or you could straighten. Oops. So if you fall, you get up. I did this before. I'm having trouble now. So I'm going to use a wall. Here's the yoga teacher having problems, right? And then take a breath in, and as you breathe out, lower down. Ooh, and little wiggles from side to side. So yoga teachers can make mistakes, aren't perfect either. So which makes you feel better, right? And then let's do the other side. Same thing, you decide you might need to be near a wall. Pick your leg up and open the leg out to the side, the left leg. Flex the foot. Either you could drape the hand underneath or hold the knee underneath. You could bind your left toe with your peace sign. Take a breath in and maybe go and straighten it. Do it slowly if you're going to straighten it, because the faster, the more So it takes practice, it takes core strength. If you're tired, you might find this difficult. It might not be the day for you to balance for whatever reason. Some days were better than others, and then lower that left leg down. One side's easier than the other. Just loosen up. It gets the heart rate moving, this particular one. We're going to actually do that again in the third session. This is the second, so the next time we rejoin, because I feel like we need to practice that one, because it's a step ahead, a step above the tree pose, which we did in the first one. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, and exhale, forward fold. We're at the front of the mat. If you're not there, inhale halfway, and then step back into your downward dog. Take a pause here, and then lower the knees to the ground and press back into your child's pose. Let yourself soften down. Breathing in and out. And then slide the hands towards your knees and come onto your right hip and swing your legs forward. So we're going to visit some planks tomorrow or the next session, because that's another one of those root chakra types of, it's also part of the solar plexus chakra, but it's a great way of creating that stability with your core, but also with your arms and your feet, maybe your knees. Let's take a breath in and let's gently lower ourselves down onto the ground, coming all the way onto our backs. Let's let ourselves just rest here for a moment. Extend the legs away from the arms. Take a breath in. Stretch through those legs, stretch through those heels. And you just feel that opening in the lower back as well as you inhale. And arch that lower back. And then hug your knees into your chest. Bring your forehead to your knees so that you can stretch out your back as well as tone your tummy. And then open the arms out to the sides. Let's drop the head back down and take your knees over to the left. And then turn your gaze to the right. If the knees are too high, and you'll know if your right shoulder cannot touch the ground, just lower them down towards your hips, maybe below your hips. Just keep adjusting until you find a comfortable spinal twist. And let the breathing start to relax a little bit. You might have noticed your heart rate went right up when we do the standing balances, the one-legged balances, which is because we're using a lot of energy, and our circulation has to pump all this blood to your heart. Adrenaline's pumping. Hug your knees into your chest, maybe forehead towards those knees. And then place your head back down on the ground, drop your knees to the right, turn your gaze to the left. So 30-minute classes, sometimes they feel like they go in a blink of an eye. There's not enough time. But then you've done so much in just a short period of time, which can continue to last throughout the day. You've just boosted your metabolism, you've gotten your energy slightly up, or a lot. You've calmed down a little bit. Bring your knees back into your chest. Give yourself one last hug, and let's extend your left foot to the left corner of the mat, the right to the right. And let your arms open up a few inches from the body with the palms facing up. The ultimate root chakra position right now, posture, asana. It's called asana, which means posture. And what you're doing here in Shavasana is just chilling. You've just had a class, quite an intensive, maybe intensive class, maybe it wasn't. And it's an opportunity to just let your body go and feel this sense of safety and security, being able to, being fully supported. There's no falling over in this one, right? And take the next few moments, probably about 2 to 5 minutes, if you have the time. And hopefully you make the time for yourself, a little bit extra. And then as you continue on, I'm going to seal the practice for this session, which is number 2 of the root chakra. And as I sit up in my easy seat, bringing my hands in front of my heart, sending you loads of gratitude and compassion and love, filling yourself up first, and then from there we can give from the surplus, reminding yourself that if we don't replenish ourselves, we won't have anything left to give. We might think we're able to give. We try, but then we become deprived. And we can't be deprived, because then you can't really give. You're not giving from yourself. You're giving because you have to, you should. So this practice is about stability, exploring what is stable in your life, as opposed to what is not. And then from there you can find the very thing that isn't, and maybe you can begin to explore that a little bit further. We'll talk more over the next few sessions about the root chakra. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, everyone, or whatever part of the day, evening. Namaste, everyone. This is Rebecca Jane from Yoga with Rebecca Jane. I'll see you soon.